What's happening, dudes? We're back with Hell's Kitchen. We're on day 27 of week 4, and we unlock the final ingredient, fish.
Yeah.
If you don't know where that's from, that is from the 2004 movie Downfall, which recreates Hitler's final weeks in the bunker.
Yeah.
That film is well known because people make Hitler parodies of it onto YouTube to make them funny.
Yeah, it's been like this since the internet was a thing, actually.
Yeah. Yes.
The amount of times I've seen people take clips out and they make rants on like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 DLC packs and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and Graham actually watched these Hitler parodies that come from this one movie.
And now we have a full set of ingredients.
Yes, the last one was indeed the fish.
That's literally the only thing that changes, by the way, so it's the same old shit again!
Although with fish, it'll probably make your kitchen more smelly.
Yes, it would, because fish is very, very smelly. And in fact, and even throughout Hell's Kitchen, there were challenges involving fish. Like, you have to gut amount of fish within 10 minutes.
Oh, who was the one person that fucked up the fillet? And someone was supposed to fillet a fish, and he wasted so much of it. He tried to hide it, and Gordon immediately spotted it, and so he took it out, and he was like, look at the fucking...
I don't know how much you wasted.
Did he actually even go out into the supermarket and buy more fish?
No, you can't. At that point, you don't have one to work with.
Yeah.
So... yeah, they were kind of
that guy heavily butchered the food. Heavily butchered that.
The idea is that you're supposed to take a certain amount of
a certain amount of it
off of it, but the guy took pretty much all of it off instead.
Yeah.
And Gordon threw all of the pieces he wasted at me. He's like, "We fucking wasted the most expensive part."
Yeah.
Jesus.
Again, expensive. That's probably one of the saddest things about the show.
Are you a qualified chef or not?
That's probably one of the saddest things about the show is that they waste so much food. It's really sad, really frustrating to watch.
Or maybe not. Maybe take the wasted food and then give it to the foxes in the forest. They'll feed them up.
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
I wonder if we'll find Tails there, considering he's a meat shield.
Yes.
Useless is somewhere. So yeah, you know how the early seasons of Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay did do that to the chefs. I want you to go into those bins and dig out what you wasted from last night's dinner service.
Wait, who was the person that threw in into the bin how much?
No, wait, I know what you're talking about.
Capellini?
It was in the 6th season of the first dinner service. This one chef couldn't cook the capellini, and then Gordon went into the red bin. And do you know how many portions were pulled out? 6. 6 wasted portions.
Look! What the fuck is this? How much capellini are you throwing away?
What are you doing?
You're making me mad. Fucking mad.
Where's that Ramsay? I want to see that Ramsay on the screen.
Yeah, so don't we all? I used to think Gordon Ramsay...
I know you're yelling at me.
Years ago, I used to think Gordon Ramsay was an asshole, but honestly, if I had to wake up and deal with such incompetence every day, I think I'd be a little cranky sometimes.
But you don't remember though? Gordon Ramsay's got 2 different personalities. He's serious in the kitchen, but on the outside, he's very friendly.
And he has gone on record stating that he does exaggerate a bit for TV. So
because it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And my ticket is burning, and it's not into reduced to ashes.
Insert Ring of Fire here by Johnny.
Right, after 3 of the starters and 1 of the main courses. So yeah, who wants fish in their dinner? I mean, look at it.
Fish.
It was only funny the first time.
I'm just saying all this. All right. Jeez, he's really having a go at me at this week.
We
just started.
And he's already having a go at me.
It's like that's all he has to say.
Yeah.
And I'm only on the first main course.
Because he's programmed to only say certain things with a certain percentage chance. He's like Nemesis.
Imagine going into the game school and explaining it to the developers. Then in this sequence, there's a 1 in 30 chance that he'll say this quote.
You see how quickly the fireball rolls there?
my god! Like talking about probabilities right now, I am hunting for a shiny Raikou right now in a Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I've been at it for over 2 weeks now. Shit is driving me insane.
Or is that driving you insane, or is this kitchen driving you insane?
Both. But the shiny Raikou hunt is the thing about it is that to shiny hunt for legendary Pokemon in the older games, you have to find them first, and then you need to save next to them, like, so you can like reset. Once you encounter them, you need to check if it was a shiny. If not, soft reset. And that's the problem. It's just that over and over and over and over and over and over again. Insert the Sasuke clip from Naruto Shippuden. But yeah, that's the worst part of shiny hunting a legendary, is that you have to keep resetting until you find the shiny.
I remember one time years ago, see, when you had a 3DS or 2DS or something.
I still have it. I was shiny hunting.
I just saw that first time from you. You had a shiny, but you accidentally reset it.
Yeah, I found a shiny Xerneas, which I was hunting for at the time. Accidentally self-reset on.
I literally saw that right in front of my eyes.
Took me like another 2 days to find it again. This was in Pokemon Ultra Sun.
I know the customers are getting impatient. Can you not see I'm busy in the kitchen here, Ramsay?
Okay, as a newbie to the Pokemon series, would you recommend, as a starting point, I know people would say go to Generations 1 and 2, but would you just recommend the DS remixes of them?
If you can find them, because they're pretty expensive nowadays, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. You're better off going with the modern Switch games, honestly. The reason I'm able to use the DS games nowadays, is the older DS and 3DS games, is because I still have my 2DS that's set up to be able to transfer them in. If you didn't download Pokemon Bank and had it set up, unfortunately you won't be able to send them in anymore, because the eShop shut down on the 3DS. So if you didn't already have Pokemon Bank and all the other apps that you needed to transfer your Pokemon into Bank, then Pokemon Home, you're shit out of luck, unfortunately.
So even back then, like with the DS games and 3DS games, if you got the next generation on the same console, you wouldn't be able to transfer the Pokemon you captured.
That's the thing. You could transfer from the Game Boy Advance games to the DS, then to the 3DS, then to Pokemon Home, into the Pokemon Home, which lets you send them into the Switch games. It's a very long and convoluted process, honestly.
But it's much better than going and collecting them all over again each game.
Yeah, if you sent them all, if you actually have a bunch of them saved in Bank or Home, you can just immediately put them into the games.
And does that include all those different evolutions that you have or shinies you have?
Yeah, it only applies to Pokemon that can be put into a certain game, because one of the things I really hate about Sword and Shield is that they started not putting all the Pokemon into the games, which I understand why they did that, but at the same time, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were able to have everything in the game from Generation 1 up to 7, I think it was. So it's like, I'm pretty sure they could have managed it if they wanted to, but they...
Wasn't that the same complaint that, I know there was 2 versions of it, there was Let's Go Pikachu and there was another one. Did they get the same backlash? Yeah, Eevee.
The thing is, that you're told that only the first 151 Pokemon are in that. So, like from Kanto, Red, Blue, and Yellow, or just Gen 1 Pokemon. But they do bring in the Mega Forms that they had from like Gen 6 and that.
Right.
Shut up, Gordon, I'm moving as fast as I can here.
I want to move our arses, but can you put some Cha-Cha Slide on and then maybe we can get this done quicker?
The odds to find a shiny Pokemon back in like Gen 2, 3, and 4, and 5 without the shiny charm. The shiny charm is an item that increased your odds, and that wasn't introduced until I think Gen 5 Part 2, Black 2 and White 2. What the odds were 1 in 8.
They got impatient because it didn't clear their plates off the table.
Full odds of a shiny in Gen 2, 3, 4, and 5, 1 in 8,192.
Oh.
Yeah. And I have to shiny hunt for a Lugia after in Pokemon Gold Virtual
I'm just waiting for the day when when you're looking to me like a proud father when I finally get into Pokemon. I'm doing my own journey, you're giving me guidance as I go out, and then I find my own shiny out, and you're like, what the fuck?
And you kill it.
No, it won't be the red Gyarados because apparently that's just given to you by default.
Yeah, there's a red Gyarados in a Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver that is always there no matter what.
So that apparently that does not count towards your shiny collection.
It is a shiny, but it's guaranteed. There are some other scripted shinies across the series as well that you can get. But
Is it always by default that shinies are always legitimately better, or has there never been a one that a shiny is recolored but it's technically not better than the one you've already got?
Actually, Gen 2, the IVs were better on the shinies, but they stopped doing that Gen 3 onwards. The only difference with the shinies is their color, but that's the thing about them is that they're so rare. They're one of the best collector's items for a Pokemon enthusiast.
So they're just there just to show off and don't really find anything beneficial.
You don't ever need them, but they're one of the ultimate bragging rights for a Pokemon player.
I bet you there'll be someone out there who's collected every single shiny of every single Pokemon.
That is what's known as a shiny dex. Like, there are people who go out to not just complete the Pokedex, but actually keep one of every Pokemon across the series. This is what's known as a living dex. So you have everything in your storage or that. And I tell you, trying to get a full shiny living dex, oh boy, have fun with that, because some of the mythical Pokemon can't even be legit encountered as shiny unless you hack them in.
Does that also count towards legendary Pokemons, or are they completely different category?
Here's the thing. Legendaries can be shiny hunted in some of the older DS games, but more often than not nowadays, they get shiny locked, meaning you cannot soft reset for them. As a shiny, they will never be shiny. Like, this happens with Pokemon like Darkrai, Arceus, but very rarely, depending on the game, there may be a chance to get them shiny. But more often than not, mythicals, which are different from the legendary Pokemon, like, you know how Mewtwo is a legendary Pokemon, but you know the Mew Pokemon that it was created from, that is a mythical Pokemon. So think of mythicals as an even higher rarity than the legendaries.
Oh, okay.
These were Pokemon you could only get from events back in the day. Like with the Game Boy Advance era, you had to go to specific store events and actually use a machine to get the Pokemon injected into your game to be able to encounter it. Catch it.
I see.
Well, with the fish ingredient introduced on this day, I get another perfect day.
Now get out of the kitchen, you smelly fuck.
Yeah, the smell of fish.
Get your apron off, get packed, and fuck off out.
As you can see, I'm still a cook at 135 stars as we go into the final week of week 4.
Well,
day 28.
We can comfortably say that in just one day's time, we've got one more week to do.
And for day 28, Hell's Kitchen is closed to the public and it's open to glamour customers.
So
we're looking for an exceptional experience of both dining and service. You are forbidden from disappointing them.
Oh, what? They're gonna summon lightning down my arse if I disappoint them?
Well,
this poor Scrat can come from.
Because you know how with glamour customers, they don't attend to wait about.
Yeah.
So they're very fucking.
So you have less time before they leave.
No, less time to wait, but the anger bar will go up much faster.
And they're so fast. They pull a crazy tactic. Look at the time, you suck. They flip the tables and they walk out of the restaurant.
As you can see there, with the 3D the models have changed now. We've got glamour models.
Also, the anger bar was nearly maxed out right from the word go. Like, oof.
Yeah, it's always I mean that does go a bit higher as the final week will roll in.
Oh my God. Nothing changes.
You said these are glamour customers. I think I just saw a pair of customers come in and I could have sworn it was Bruce Wayne and two lovely ladies. Being the playboy that he is.
So yes, so I'd rather say that you know how at the end of week 4, this is where the game really starts to put up a fight with me.
Aye, but nothing fucking changes.
Aye, we're stuck here. I don't.
I'm getting backed up at the queue. I'm getting backed up at the entrance.
You're not. It's not. These are not just good. These are not multiple customers. This is just one customer duplicating himself so he can get more fucking food because he can fuck.
No wait, what's that? What was that thing Jack and Victor did? They would attend funerals of people that they never knew just to get
free food.
Yeah, that was a skit in Tune the Fat and still game. Like, That was one thing I liked about it, is that they brought ideas from Chewing the Fat into this. One of my favorite episodes in a still game, actually. I don't know if any of you have ever seen it, but there was an original. The very first still games, outside of Chewing the Fat, was a 1999 live presentation where all three of them played the characters, and this one was unfiltered. They were like using the F-bombs and everything. Like, yeah, and they actually took one of some of the big concepts and ideas from that into the episode where they go on a caravan trip in series 8 or 9, was it?
Yeah, one of the later seasons.
Yep.
Let's go. Yes.
And the V was going to keep it clean.
Wait, what?
Keep the caravan clean.
Yeah. The caravan thing didn't happen in the original still game live.
But it was brought back later on in the later seasons,
Yeah.
like 8 or 7, as interesting.
But did you know that in the early days of Chewing the Fat and still game, Bobby, Gavin Mitchell, who played Bobby, was originally to play Winston.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget, Steven, you actually asked that, back in 2022.
Yeah, the original still game live, I actually asked.
Yeah, you did. You actually did ask that in a live panel.
Where he's like, okay, you got a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on a minute. I see something brewing in your mouth. What is that? Madura cake. Away you go, you fucking bastard.
Yeah, that's the question I asked was the original still game live always supposed to be a one-time thing, and it was. Originally it was just going to be a one-time thing.
Well, there's actually a little bit behind the scenes. It was Ford and Greg, they were talking about it, and they did the show in the Edinburgh Festival, and then a property who knows all these places got to me and says, I can get you to Canada. They've got a festival there and they're willing to take your show for about a few weeks. So they thought the set only involved a stinking old carpet, a hoover, a horrible 3-piece seat, and a sideboard, and a box for the television. So they thought they can get most of that over there in Canada from a props department. However, what they'll not be able to get is the hoover, because the Canadians don't hoover that.
Yeah.
And back at this time, they used to wind each other up. They said to Paul Riley, who plays Winston, he's like, you'll need to bring a hoover to Canada. Nah,
Yeah,
what?
one of the things-
Hoover Jr. over to Canada?
And the idea, the original 1999 still game live, is that Victor's wife, who had been long dead at that point, he'd been sent out the money, the insurance money for her death, and he kept the money
And the hoover. Yeah.
And that's like, Winston knocks over,
As you
Jack.
can see there, you can see right there, the glamour customers do not wait about.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh wow, it's filling up now.
Yeah, fuck these customers. Anyway, back in Jack.
Jack knocks over an ashtray, and so he's trying to use the hoover to scoop up, but it's no left, and that's how him and Winston find out that's for money. But when it's no left, and he's like, I saying it's not, hey, what? And Winston's like, get out, fucking plugger.
Well, to be fair, you can't trust the bank with that stuff.
Aye.
That also brings back to that whole thing about Archie as well, where obviously he didn't go out for years, so the social services kept getting the money, and he hid it under his sofa.
Yeah.
And it's like 40 years worth of social money.
Yeah.
Yeah, mind you, that Still Game had some, special guest appearances.
Yeah.
Solstice McCoy, who played Archer Taylor.
Yeah.
He only appeared one episode, it was, nice, quite nice to have a special guest appearance for one episode. And also in season 5, Dalibus, they brought in Robbie Coltrane.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Which character? What was he well known for in Harry Potter?
Hagrid.
Higher power. Yeah.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And at the time of this recording, we've unfortunately just lost the original Shang Tsung from the Mortal Kombat name.
Yeah.
Kari Yuki Tagawa. And then, like a week later, we just got the news that Jim Ward, the voice of Krauser in the original Resident Evil 4, passed away. He was also Captain Quark in the Ratchet and Clank games.
Well, he did retire from acting because apparently he had Alzheimer's.
Yeah, he got hit pretty bad with COVID as well at the time.
Gordon, I'm not moving my arse. It's these customers which are weighing me down.
It's going to happen at some point where we have all these celebrities that we look up to as kids, and as we get older, they get older as well. You realise that they're not just celebrities, that people.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking about conventions and that.
Yeah.
Because up here in Scotland, we used to have something called the MCM Scotland.
Yeah, it's now.
That ran from the very first show in 2013, to which I still remember that day.
Yeah.
It was on for one day, but it took us nearly 3.5 hours just to get inside because the event organizers were not totally unexpecting this amount of level of people have come. And like you said, Stephen,
Yeah.
we could have been watching the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, and by the time we got in,
The entire extended edition of Return of the King.
Jesus. Was it because of miscommunication, or they just never underestimated?
No, they had no idea it was going to be that popular.
and of course, and it was featured in the news. It was featured even in the news.
The queue went all the way out to like the damn riverside. It was insane.
But in 2014, they did change that to the weekend, and they balanced things out. And then from 2014, it became a lot more better until the final show in 2019, and in 2020 they cancelled that, and the organisers who run the MCM, they backed her doing Scotland.
We got a different con now that has some.
Firstly, it was the Acme Comic Con.
Yeah.
That restarted the conventions in Scotland, well, especially at the SEC. But only just last year, in 2024, they rebranded to Fan Frontiers UK.
Yeah.
They have been slowly improving it.
But wasn't there something I keep saying on social media? It was like the Scotland gaming market, something like that.
Play Expo.
Yeah, the Play Expo at Braehead Arena in July.
Yeah, Con Buddy Liam actually messaged me the other night. That's coming back next year for at Braehead, so that might be something to look at.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, my favorite con. I think the best time I've ever had at a con was MCM 2017, because that was the year Johnny and Bosch came to Scotland.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Stephen, I remember that day. I mean, Johnny O'Block was actually shaking hands with fans before you even started.
Yeah,
and you got it.
Yeah, we weren't even. It wasn't even time to sign autographs yet, and Johnny was actually like waiting for us, and he actually came over to talk to us, which I was not expecting.
If it wasn't clear, folks, Stephen fancies him.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes, Gordon, I am moving my arms.
But no, on a serious note, Johnny Bosch is somebody I've looked up to like half my life, because I grew up watching him in Power Rangers, and he voices my favorite character in Bleach, Ichigo Kurosaki.
But he was also Nero in Devil May Cry.
4 or 5, and that's actually, and to this day, Nero's still my favorite character in the series because of Devil May Cry 5. What Johnny brought to the table with Nero was just incredible, and he did the motion capture for that as well. He flew to Japan for that.
Sorry, and also speaking about the MCM Scotland, Troy Baker or Noel North came 3 times in a row every year.
Aye, that was where the retro replay thing was at.
Oh yeah.
Point.
We also had Bryce Papenbrook and Trina Nishimura, the voices of the 2 main characters from Attack on Titan.
What was that game they played on stage? Was it Prince of Persia?
Yeah.
Yes, it's an old DOS game.
Yeah, it was so funny watching Nolan fail.
Oh no, he's like the grumpy uncle.
It was like, I pressed 7, I swear to God, I pressed 7.
So if you're like a Troy Baker, he plays it like he knows the game.
Yeah, because he does.
That was
The
funny,
Atari
that.
Spider-Man video they had was one of my favorites of all time, because they could barely get past the first
I enjoyed
level.
their Last of Us playthrough because obviously they worked on it as well.
Yeah.
You get to see behind the scenes and they talk about it as well, which was interesting.
Well, of course, there's another one that does reviews. There's another channel that does reviews, the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah, the James Rolfe.
Yeah, and also see you know the Ghostbuster ones that he reviewed.
Yeah. The bad NES game from back in the day.
He's still going to this day. The Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the very first few internet personalities that came off there.
There's actually some platforming games on the PS5 that he's in, and I think they're called the Angry Video Game Adventures or something like that.
Yeah.
The platformer games.
But also he had a feature-length movie as well.
I wonder if he has cameos with from Dog Walker and the Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah. I don't really watch him anymore because of all the controversy.
Aye, but also I think also his stuff in general's not as good as it was back then.
Yeah. In case you don't know what happened with Doug Walker a while back, folks, there was some controversy regarding Channel Awesome, where it was revealed that apparently there was some pretty shady shit happening behind the scenes, where the Nostalgia Critic had been fucking around with people's pay behind their backs or something like that, from what I'd heard. And it's like, yeah, that's some pretty shitty stuff to do.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, don't forget them in that ultimate big one, Wham TV Shoujo. That company completely collapsed.
Yep.
After what they did to Iron Mouse.
Yeah, Iron Mouse raised like 500,000 for a charity.
$500,000.
Yeah, and they fucking spent that. We found out that not too long ago that they had admitted that they had spent their money on something. So it's like you threw away your golden goose for $500,000.
Is that the one where it was like a VTuber and then all this came in and then almost everybody quit this community straight away?
Yeah.
Monarch, Henius, and Treya.
Yeah.
These are the very big names of VTuber quit.
Yeah, Amelie. Her real name is Mandalee. She's actually the voice of Mari in my dress-up, darling.
And there we go. This and also right there is my biggest screw up so far. I forgot about the oven and I had to wait for a long time.
Oh no!
I thought I was done for, but oh.
Is that a 1-star?
Yep. But don't forget, Steven, I was seconds away from that order going up in smoke.
Huzzah! Finally something new in the game!
A 1-star.
If that actually did burn, that firebar would have been back where it was from the beginning of the day, and then Gordon Ramsay would have been like, "That's absolute rubbish. Get it in the food bin."
Yeah.
Can you keep doing that so we can get more 1-stars and just shut this place down like a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza?
Shut it down.
That's what happened to. Well, clearly that's what happened to be Shoujo.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
But yeah, Amelie had joined like not I think it was like a month or a couple months before.
Completed.
Right, but before that happened, then right, it's like not long after she had joined, this shit, like all that shit came out, and it's like everybody who had like they'd made a pledge years ago that if Iron Man
And despite that Day 28 gave me a huge fight, I just barely got the flame out there.
Yeah.
That's what you call it. That's the game really truly gave me a fight.
Yeah, that's what you call sure dumb luck.
And with that, and with Day 28 completed, and with another perfect day, a perfect 5-star run day, I have now officially completed week 4, and we're back with more dialogue.
Yeah. Take your jacket off and fuck off. That's what I wish it would say.
This week is all about figuring out your own style and discovering your own tricks. Have we not figured that out for the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, there's nothing left to talk about.
And also, that's something important. Food critics will be coming in at the end of the week.
He said that the last time.
And with 140 stars, which of which you need 106, I have now upgraded from a cook to a deputy kitchen chef of a 4-star restaurant.
We still have.
And that star right there at the end, that is the end of the game on day 35.
Still have another week of this.
At least it's one more week.
It's 1 week too fucking long. I want out. I might just not even show up for the finale.
Anyway, folks, I will wrap up a Hell's Kitchen for week 4. So the next part will be the final week of Hell's Kitchen. Will be week 5. As for my first ever game debut will come to an end. So we'll see you then. We'll see you then for the next parts of Hell's Kitchen, including the finale. We'll see you then, folks.
I can't take it anymore.